All right, so good morning. Um, so let's just get right down to it. I've been trying to do this friggin' blog on Facebook and it is just not working for me. So we are going to go ahead. I'm just going to record it. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put it on YouTube. For those who may not have our YouTube channel, it is you can pull it up by Winged Truth, and that's WINGED Truth. I go by Winged for short. Not Winged for short. So listen, for those of you who some of you guys I met this weekend may not, know me formally. Nice to meet all of you that I did meet. But just to give you a little history, I feel kind of silly, but I understand that not everybody knows me, and I didn't just pop out of the sky. So for those who don't know me, I am the original first lady of Angry Fan Movement. I started out on the first radio show that they had, initially with Three Letter Man, Tim and Caps, and then after the debacle there, we went ahead, started the new or the second Angry Fan Movement Radio, or Angry Fans Radio. Yeah, that's where I was there for a little while. But anyway, now I'm on my own. You can find us again at that YouTube, and we predominantly do most of the shows. Oh, well, all of the shows are Blog Talk. We were initially under another network, and my brother Chris Petty decided under Culture Club Radio to sponsor the show for me. Salute to him. My other brothers, my co-host, this is. Oh, and shout out to all the other co-hosts from Angry Fans Radio too, as well. But yeah, my brothers, Shy Brown, which is another co-host, Jay Banks is another co-host, and you know what, and Ab is also our, I guess, well, he is a co-host of our show, but he's not on all the time. But yeah, shout out to my family, the guys, though they definitely hold me down. But this weekend, I decided to be a fan. I was told I needed to take a break. So that's what I did. I went ahead. We took a break just from being media. And I'm kind of glad that I did. This red dot PG card in Atlanta, I'm so proud of everybody who was on that card. Some of the guys I know, some of them I don't know. But for the most part, well, I will say I'm not completely familiar with. But for the most part, they did their thing. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, you guys, I am at work, so I'm trying to get this done. Like I said, as far as our media outlet goes, we have shows in different places, but predominantly in the past year and a half, we have been under the Breakdown crew, which again, you can just, if you go on YouTube, you can Google that, and we are on iTunes as well. But yeah, basically, I don't download every show, unfortunately. Time is not on my side. I wish I had somebody who would edit the videos for me for free, because I ain't got money like that. So, but I am going to try to get better with that. If anybody wants to volunteer, by all means, it would have to be a free gig and, of course, promo all day. So that's cool. You can inbox me under my name, Aleta, Aleta, last name Thomas. That's the name that I go by on Facebook. But anyway, let's get to it, because I don't want to be very long. Let me put the disclaimer out there. These words that are going to come out of my mouth may not be to your liking. I understand. Some of y'all, hey, she's a girl. She don't know what she's talking about. Hey, you know what? Anybody who knows me from the Angry Fan Movement knows I get my debate on. And my history is long. So, just tread lightly before you get in your feelings about whatever is being said. Because again, I am a fan first, and I do go to these events. And you know what I have to say, I'm not shitting on you. It's just, from a fan's perspective. Battle rap is made up of collective perspectives of what we see. You know what I mean? Just as well as you would go to a movie, you would have a review on a movie, you would have a review on a R&B artist, on a rap artist. I mean, it's no different. So don't get in your feelings, because I'm not disrespectful. But at the end of the day, I'm passionate about this sport, and it is a sport to me. So, it is what it is. These may not all be in order. They may be in order. We shall see. But check this out. So we are going to start. Shout out. I keep saying this in all of my lives because I hate misquoting. And for Q Morgan, I have to say I apologize because I did not. We came in. We had a situation prior to that happened. So before we came into the venue, so with one of my brothers, so it was my mind wasn't where it needed to be at the time because he was kind of still going throughout the whole event. So I'm of course checking on him and whatever. But with Q Morgan, and his name is Kid Slade, KYDLA, or excuse me, KYDSLADE, Kid Slade. They were the first battle to go on, and we came in maybe close to the second round. Maybe it was in the bottom of the first. I don't completely remember. I just remember when I came in, and I got a whiff of the battling. The first person I heard was Q Morgan. So I don't really want to judge that battle per se, because again, we were late. I didn't hear the first, but I will say this. Y'all gotta look at these PGs for what they are. The PGs will be, it's your audition. Whether it's your audition to be on URL or introduction to URL, it's the introduction to the world. Because 9 times out of 10, most people are not watching your other battles. And I may get into that too, because I have a tendency to side note when I'm starting to feel the spirit. I'm going to tell you that now. So this may be kind of drawn out because I talk. But listen, so Kid Slade, out of Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, I believe. He is iBattle. And Q Morgan is, you know what, I've heard of Q Morgan. I've kind of heard it. Slade, Kid Slade, his name did ring a bell, but I couldn't place him. And so I fucks with iBattle. I've always fucked with iBattle for a long ass time. That, so at the end of the day, like at the time, the name did not, for Kid Slade, it did not ring a bell at the time. But anyway, yeah, Q Morgan is out of DC, or excuse me, I'm so sorry, not DC, Detroit. And he's I'm not sure if he's dedicated to an actual league. I know him from No Ransom shit, all the way back to shout out Diligent. My nigga from the A, Diligent, for some who may not know, Grind Time, Don't Flop, Atlanta, rather. Yeah, Q Morgan has a history in battle rap. So, again, for these PGs, I was really excited because majority of these names, I won't say all of them, but majority of these names that I do know on this card, it's hard for me to even associate a PG with them because they've put in so much work over the years that I just feel like they're so seasoned. And although they didn't make a main stage, like their main stage to me, because a lot of their consistency in battle rap, unfortunately, some have been stagnant in terms of not necessarily their progression, but the moves that they've made as far as the choices that they've made to where they battle or who they're battling for. you know, different things like that. So the attention has not been there, but they've been killing shit, you know. So like I said, it's kind of hard for me to associate PG with them, but again, I'm happy that I was able to even catch this event. You know what I mean? Because this particular PG is kind of monumental for a few different reasons. Some may feel it's just a regular PG. To me, it's not, and I'll explain that as we go along. But anyway, so Q Morgan and Kid Slade. Like I said, I don't really want to judge that battle, but here's what I will say. When I did come in, I can say the person that caught my attention and kept my attention was Q Morgan. And to me, I feel like this is what I mean by years of being in battle rap and being able to finesse a crowd, and the showmanship and just levels. You know what I mean? It's Q Morgan has had names, but I mean he hasn't had a whole line of names that we're gonna go run and watch a battle too. So for some they may know Q Morgan's, for some they may not. You know, him, I do know that he did battle Briz a few years ago. And then of course he had plenty of battles since then, but his his level of competition in the game, you know, he's there to me. So I'm really glad that he was able to be on this PG, but he stood out for me. Like I said, he definitely stood out for me. Whereas Kid Slade was more, I mean, he had the bars, he had the presence, but in this particular battle, it didn't keep my attention, I will say. I don't know that battle is going to come out, but I hope that it does. I'm going to keep advocating for that. I'm going to say that a few times in this whole blog, but you know, it is what it is. I feel like, I'm talking to Chris about this and trying to, you know, I talked to Norbs, while we were there, and just, I'm hoping that what they will do, and I think that is kind of like a source of income for these battlers, where or a source of income for these PGs that Norbs will be doing. I feel like if the league sponsor wherever the battlers come from, for the PGs that don't drop, and even prior to this, might be an idea, maybe something that they've already thought of and just never really pitched it or whatever, but going forward, I feel like specifically for, if we're going to do this in Atlanta, because I'm hearing that it may be a couple of nice little events that people may want to come out to, that's going to have some really good names on there. But for battles that don't drop on the PG, I feel like on URL channel or the War Report channel, I feel like maybe there can be some type of collaborative effort to where the battlers can either go half on the battle to get it dropped somewhere neutral, or get it dropped on their YouTube channels, so that they can show that body of work. Because, you know, once you hit the main stage, once you hit anything URL, you know that people are going to start watching you. And although you shouldn't look at a PG as so much win or loss, which I'm kind of going to give a conflicting statement, because in most cases it matters win or loss, but in some cases it doesn't, because at the end of the day, what'll happen is that your stock is going to go up because you got a PG, and now you can go where you want to go. And for some who may not even have been being paid, you probably can get paid from this. So investing in your career is going to make all the sense in doing so, if it comes down to your PG not dropping and you're given that option to pay for it. Your league can probably even pay for it and get it dropped on their channel. Again, it's a collaborative effort to where, you know, you have the URL logo, it's branding, it's all of that, and it draws viewership to your league for other battlers on that league. So that might just be a thought. But anyway, like I said, I don't know that this battle will drop. I feel like Kid Slade, his bars are there, his presence is definitely there. You know what I mean? But I just don't feel like the creativity was good enough for me against this opponent. You know, I watched him with Prez, I watched him with Dougie, and Jerry West, who is absolutely one of my favorites and has been for a while. But even with Jerry West, I feel like, you know, I don't know if these battlers watch their battles and critique what they do or don't do, but I feel like I've seen it all before. So he didn't really, for me, I was just watching another battle. The bars were good. He had shit that hit, but he didn't keep me intrigued. I was more intrigued with Q Morgan in this battle. Again, that's just my opinion. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's right or wrong. That's just the way I felt. So, you know, it is what it is. But ultimately, it was a good battle for what I did see. So, you know, that's that on that. The battle, now, let's get into, there were some battles that were absolutely energy driven, that were crazy. There were some battlers that were absolutely energy driven, that kept your fucking attention. And that's, again, you know, what I said as far as the PGs, it's not even about win or losing. And Norbs, in talking to him, he even said, I need somebody to wow me. That's what I'm looking for. That originality is a word that I'm going to use 100 times in this as well, because originality plays the biggest part. Because again, there's battle rap is saturated with so many smaller leagues, with so many different events being held by whoever, you know, or whatever, and they're having these smaller guys on these leagues or bigger guys against smaller guys on these leagues, and sometimes the shit just does not matter. Everybody can rap, but that doesn't mean that you have the it factor. For a long time, I didn't really buy into the it factor, but it takes for you to really be at these events, to be right up under these battlers, to see that shit. I'm gonna tell you, I have said on the show not too long ago, him and I forgot what event that was recently. Oh damn, it was a recent event. I forgot. I watched so much shit, it's crazy. So yeah, bear with me. Blame it on my mind, not my heart. DNA and Twerk. Me and Chris are avid DNA fans, and I have been that way since Angry Fan Radio, and niggas used to kill me about DNA. No swag, no this, no that. Fuck all that. You go to a DNA battle, guaranteed he's gonna make you a fucking fan. Guaranteed. Because the shit that he does on that stage, a lot of people, you know, oh, you know, it was the big freestyle ability. You don't get any points for that. Let me tell you something. Watch a fucking DNA battle, be at that event, and he's gonna make you a fan. Av was like, him and Tay-Rock, they were listening, they were sparring or whatever, and they heard the rounds. He got on stage, and Av was like, that nigga just made me a fucking fan. He couldn't stand DNA for a while. But anyway, yeah, long story short, that's what Norb said to me. You know, I need people to wow me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. He was like, these guys come in, and they don't realize the cheat code. They're not understanding what the PGs are really about. You know what I mean? For a while, I felt like every PG, it really didn't matter. You know what I mean? Niggas get PGs every day. The PGs were becoming very overly saturated with the same type of battlers. There were a few guys who have come out of the PGs, and I'm not going to name everybody, so do not get offended, but, you know, just guys that I feel have been really good recently. Skates, shout out to Skates, that's my nigga. He has done so well. His last battle with him and Gunpowder Pat, listen, fire. If you have not seen that, go check that shit out. But anyway, you know, it's a lot of guys that I feel are excelling, and not so many, you know what I mean? Because again, if you knew how many PGs there that are coming or road to the PGs, or just these newer guys that we're seeing in battles that URL staff is hosting or whatever, and they're calling it a PG, even in the Cali, with the Cali PG, shout out to the Cali squad, but you're not there's no originality, and that's what's gonna matter. Don't get into the PGs, don't battle your opponent feeling like you have to combat what you're seeing necessarily when you're viewing the game tapes. You got to find the cheat code, and you got to come in there and be yourself. You know what I mean? You have to be witty. You have to, if you're going to battle anything, you battle the attributes, and you think outside the box. That's what you got to do. You got to come in, and you more so need to worry about how that crowd resonates with you, what we see, and then how it's going to look on cam. You got to think about all that shit. There's always going to be a winner. There's always going to be a loser. I wouldn't worry so much about that. I would worry more so about the fact of if you left an impact. Did you do something that was impactful? Were your bars impactful? That's what you need to worry about to be able to excel. And that's what you always want to worry about, more so than anything else. But anyway, so yeah, that was that on that. Chip Gambino and Philly, his name is Philly the Genius is what it is. I have been just calling him Philly, but his full name is Philly the Genius. He's from Art of War. And shout out to Art of War. A lot of the guys were in there. Colossus, I really like to see him in a PG. And Drops 30, which he dropped the 30, but it Drops 30 battled Big Cannon out in Florida last year, and Colossus battled Reaper Rail at that same event. I believe it was the Redemption event that King of the Dot hosted. Gully hosted. Shout out to Gully. Hosted with them. They've been doing a lot of work with them too. But yeah, at the end of the day, that shit was fire. I hope that they get PGs also. But anyway, Philly the Genius. Again, his presence is not that great for me. In other battles that I've seen him in, he's looked the part, but he kind of falls flat a little bit for me. His name flips in this battle, that's really all that I remember, was the name flips. He just had tons of name flips that some of them hit okay, and some of them were like, you know what, all right, whatever. But I just feel like the material itself, the creativity was lacking in this battle. He battled Chip Gambino. And Chip, I believe he's associated with 3BL and Southern Slang. But yeah, I feel like when you're battling somebody like that, you need to be, like I said, this is, again, it comes down to what you bring. And I felt like his, Philly the Genius's, wordplay was not, he needs to work on the wordplay. The wordplay, it fell flat for me. It really did. Chip, listen, that guy, the last battle that I saw him was on the 1SK. I think he had one before that may not have dropped, but the 1SK battle that he had against Kush Cloud, and Kush Cloud is fire. He definitely, listen, Chip was comfortable. He own the stage. And I think, you know, but not for nothing, the Little Rock Southern accent, you know, some of these guys that have accents, it works for them. They can get off the wordplay a lot better than somebody who's from up north or somebody who's Cali. Like, and that's something that I didn't explain. Yeah, I am originally from California. I've been in the South for a while, so um I root a lot. I root for Cali all the time. Like, I hold Cali on my back. But being that I'm in the South, you know, the talent pool here is ridiculous. And I really like to see both, because the West is now rising. The South is still having a bit of a challenge trying to get on. I fuck with Michigan too, and it's like I feel like Michigan at one time had the same issue with guys. There was so much talent out there where guys were, you know, just being slept on. But anyway, and so yeah, I definitely root for my Southern people. You know, I fuck with them so heavy. But yeah, Chip definitely is becoming a star. He is definitely rising in the ranks, and like his delivery, his creativity, it was just I mean, shit, it was, again, it comes down to levels. And I mean, he just had his, like I said, the accent, he was able to get off a lot shit that I feel like that Philly was just, he wasn't matched with. I mean, he just didn't match well with Chip. So, you know, this is a case where, again, I feel like battlers hopefully there's something that they can do to come up with a collaborative so that these guys can see their footage and they can start to do better. You know what I mean? I really hope that happens. For for Philly the Genius, I feel like Chip may have been a more seasoned battler, and that's not taken away from anything from anybody that he's battled anywhere else or on his home league. But I just feel like Chip has been around. Like, he has battled several people. So, you know, and more seasoned battlers. He's traveled to the East and, you know, battled out there, but he's becoming more of a package. So I feel like this may have been more of a seasoned battler that Philly had. So I just feel like if he, you know, he just needs a little more work, and I think he'll eventually get it. But like I said, the originality just was not there for me. Whereas Chip really commanded the whole the crowd. He was able to, I mean, the material was just better. It was just better. But yeah, so that's that on that. Moving right along, KD and Re-Up Snub. I'm not sure who Re-Up Snub is actually with. I believe he is a South battler. I've caught a few battles from him. But yeah, I don't really know exactly where he's from. I did not have him winning the battle. I had KD winning the battle. KD is from St. Louis. However, I know, once again, being in the South, I know KD from Ironmouth Battle League here in Memphis. That's where I was first introduced to him. And here's my thing with him, because he is, I believe he's an original, or he's their top street report guy. And he did battle Hitman Holla on Street Status, Legendary Street Status. But here's my thing. Again, it comes down to, this is not the best KD that I've seen. This is not the best KD that I've seen. When I did see him, we didn't really get a chance to chop it up like I really wanted to. But I felt like he did good. I felt like he did good, but I felt like what KD has to work on, in my opinion, is getting to the punch faster. Is what I feel. The material was there. Voice projection needs to be something that he focuses on as well, because there were some hecklers in the crowd as far as his voice or whatnot. So he might have to work on that a bit too. But, you know, to me, for him have battled, I mean, he's battled against Hitman Holla. He's battled Show Off. shit, Mr. Mills, which is one of my favorites, YK. Um, the consistency needs to happen. And oh shit, I forgot International Grams he has. And some of y'all may not know who that is, but that's again, he may not have hit the main stage, but International Grams is a killer. He was originally on I believe he's from the Midwest, but I know him from Spit That Heat also, and K100 I believe when they were out. But yeah, he has him in August 26th. But again, KD did win the battle, but this was not a battle that was. It was not a battle that was rememberable. He did better with JC, in my opinion. Yes, he battled JC on Street Report. I believe that was Street Report that he battled JC on. But this battle was better to, or his battle with JC was way better than this battle. And in my opinion, it should have been in reverse. You know what I mean? I feel like the aggression, the delivery, everything that he had in that battle should have been applied to this one. And again, the material was good, but he was slow to the punch. So if like when he got to the punches, and you know, when he got through the schemes, it was like, okay, are we there yet? That's kind of the way I felt. Re-up snub, even with him though, he had a battle with LV Ellis that I watched, and for him, because a lot of people were like, nah, Re-up Snub is dope, he's dope, you know, you gotta watch him. So I did go back and I watched a few battles, and even for him though, I feel like his first was completely flat. I feel like he turned the fuck up in the second, middle of his second, and I was like, okay, well, here we go, now we got a battle. He did not win to me, but he was dope. I mean, I would like to see him with another PG, and I would like to see KD with another PG, because I feel like, you know what, he has that star quality. He definitely has to just, both of them need to show more consistency. But yeah, that's that on that one. Now I'm getting to the completely energy driven battles. Like after these battles, my ass was tired. I mean, I was completely drained. Let me do this before I get to these guys though. So for some, I believe we all knew by now that Big Cannon and Chef Trez was canceled. The battle, the second one-off that they did was Dre Dennis and Sire Boy. I'm going to just tell you now, put that out there. That was the last battle of the night. And I understand why it was the last battle of the night, because it was the names. But at the end of the day, I just feel like, okay, whatever. The guys were outside. All of them were outside doing what they were doing. And they were actually ready to go. I will say too, like I said, with this, I talked to the guys about it when we went back home. Well, not home, but you know, where we were staying. We basically talked about this, and it was just like, you know, the guy, I will say, they felt the same way as I did as far as the battles that they liked. I will say beforehand, Av let it be known, listen, I want to see a couple of battles, and look, I'm ready to go after that. So I'm like, all right, you know, whatever. I am so proud that you guys did so great that he wanted to stay from beginning to end. Even with Q Morgan and Kid Slade, like I said, he was attentive. Now I bring him up because I've known Av for years, and it's been a pain in my ass to try to get him to watch battles. I watch everything. So when I'm telling him about certain things, and you know, when I'm telling him, listen, watch this person, and you know, or he'll call me and be like, what you doing? Back in the day, it's like, oh, I'm watching such and such, this was a dope battle. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So I was really happy that that he watches more stuff now when I'm telling him about something I'm watching, or he'll call me and be like, did you watch this? Okay, watch this and then call me back, you know, whatever. But Yeah, and this is just recently. He hasn't done that in it took a while to get where we are. So I was really proud that he was like, "Oh no, this shit is fire. I ain't ready to go. I ain't ready to go. We gonna stay." And I'm like, or because the battle that he, of course, wanted to see, supporting his brother from VA. That was, I believe, the second to the last battle. So he was, his thing was if they need to put them on early, so we can get that battle out of the way and a couple of others, and we can go. But when he realized that wasn't happening, he was in tune. He fucked with y'all. Let's just put it like that. But yeah, going into J Slash and G Lo, these two guys. So I know J Slash from watching him in Nashville against one of my other favorites, High Double. And y'all should know who that is. No introduction needed, in my opinion. That was a dope ass battle. Like, that was my first encounter with him, and I was like, if you're going up against High Double and you can hang, my nigga, you got something. You know what I mean? And he definitely impressed me against High Double. As Southern Battle Rap, Beretta, Scotty, what y'all waiting on? I need Double M and J Slash like today, so I need that booked. Set that shit up. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, y'all need to watch that battle with High Double and J Slash. He also battled Louise. And you gotta watch that battle. That's a recent battle that came out from him. I believe he's from Ohio, but like I said, his affiliations are 3BL, and let me see. I think it was 3BL, and I cannot think of the other battle league, but please forgive me. But I believe it is 3BL that he's affiliated with. But yeah, he is very creative, and he's a school teacher. And y'all know with the whole strike shit and, the radio show interview where motherfuckers is quitting jobs because they don't want people to know their occupations just to pursue battle rap. He's a fucking school teacher. Go figure, goddammit. That shit was funny as hell to even know that. That's in, you gotta watch the battle again to know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he's a school teacher, so, I get it. But his creativity is ridiculous. The punches were ridiculous. G-Lo, he's bullpen, I believe, still. He unfortunately is more so known for not having his footage drop on time, or if at all. So a lot of his showings, his better showings, haven't been there. So you don't have a whole lot to go by if you hadn't been impressed with anything that he's done to date. I know his last battle that dropped was with Dre Dennis. It was actually with Dre Dennis. But I'm going to tell you something. Him and So Severe was a fire-ass battle. That was a last-minute battle. It was a surprise battle. And the boy is nice. Him and J Slash did do a face-off on the show, and I felt like they were hella friendly. They were too damn friendly, but at the end of for a face-off, that is. But at the end of the day, they showed the fuck up. So for me, I really didn't even care. It was like, you know what, so be it. But that was a dog fight. I mean, seriously, both of them dudes. I mean, G-Lo made a statement on the show that he gets better every battle, and I cannot refute that statement. He's absolutely fucking right. From what I've seen to date, again, like I said, he's battled some of the people that I fuck with heavy. High Life, he battled a while back, and like I said, So Severe, I really respect him, and we'll get to him and Bricks. That battle was crazy. Was absolutely crazy, him and So Severe. And I really, the material, I feel may have been better with G-Lo. I will say the first may be debatable. The second, I believe G-Lo got. That third is hard for me because me and the breakdown crew, we go by the old rules. You choke, you lose the round. You stumble, you lose the motherfucking round. But niggas will quickly be like, well, it all depends on how you come back and this and that and the other. Let me tell you, this battle was such an adrenaline rush for me. It was like from start to fucking finish. These niggas leveled up in this battle. I mean, I was so impressed. But I was very impressed with J Slash on how he did choke in the third. But that nigga's comeback was ridiculous. It was like you want to give it to him, but you can't. But that shit right there, that it's levels, it's levels. So I'm really happy. Like, I'm praying this battle comes out. I really am, because it's a great battle. It really is. I'm gonna just say that. It's a great battle. And it's like every round, them niggas just went in. They went dumb. They left it all on the floor. Like, after that battle was done, they got off that stage. You knew that the crowd went stupid. It was like listen, to me, there was no gas as far as what was hitting and what didn't. J Slash is more intricate, so shit you may not have caught in the building, even for myself, that you may not have caught in the building, you will definitely catch in the footage. So like I said, the battle may look different on cam, but that motherfucking battle was a dog fight, and they said it would be. They both said it would be. But like I said, they were so damn friendly. I didn't know what to expect. I knew that it would be a good battle because both them boys have bars. And like I said, G-Lo, you know, shit, he really impressed me. He really fucking impressed me. J Slash reminds me of my little bro. So he would be little bro, I think. He reminds me of a mini Riggs. Their styles, as far as creativity, are similar, but they are definitely, their entities are not the same. You know, they definitely are not the same. That boy's dope though. He is he's definitely dope, and I want y'all to check them both out if you're not familiar or completely familiar with them. But that was a dope battle. The fans won. Let me do this because Squeako and Riggs will be the last battle that I talk about, but at the end of the day, it's no shit. Listen, it's just the fans. Anyway, woosah. This next battle, here's my thing. It's a lot. It was a lot of local controversy. Because of course, if you know, with the newer guys, a lot of people are not versed on what goes on in their local battle rap groups or around the locale Facebook, outside of Twitter. So, and then if you weren't at the event, of course, you didn't know why. You may be friends with both of them, and you don't even know why they're saying what they're saying. So I will say, Apollo did lose this battle, in my opinion, that was a general consensus. Again, these battlers got to understand, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. It's all about how you go into the battle, what you do in that battle. So losing shouldn't be in a PG, unless if a motherfucker said, you know what, you were fire, that's what you need to go by. That's exactly what you need to go by. You don't so much need to be so butthurt about losing a battle if you were at your best. That's just in my opinion. It makes no sense. And then the more you whine and cry about a fucking battle, bro, you lost. You know what I mean? I know that there was some controversy about a line that was said that nobody else should have known about about or that Apollo was supposed to use, and I believe Swamp. He battled Swamp. Remember that name, y'all. He remembered that name. That he used and rebutted it, or used it before he could use it, or whatever the fuck happened. But he was upset about that and felt like, you know, somehow he lost or whatnot. Even with that one line, even with that whatever it was, you would have lost this battle. You definitely would have lost this battle regardless. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. He was just better. Now, let me get into what I feel from just kind of doing my investigation, and I feel like I need to explain this because motherfuckers get too cocky too soon, and sometimes our camps need to let us know, pull our cards. This battle to me was somewhat of a grudge match, even because they are affiliated with the same people, same places, you know, whatever. They're coming up around the same, well, excuse me, that's the point that I'm making. They're actually not coming up around the same time. Apollo has had a lot more names than Swamp has. Apollo has been in the game a lot longer than Swamp has, like 2 years, maybe more than that, than Swamp has. Swamp, baby boy, you said you're not a battler. Baby, you've arrived. You're a battler. You're definitely a battler. This is where I feel like Apollo should have been. I won't say that he slept on Swamp at all. I feel like he definitely was aware of who he was battling. But I feel like you concentrated on that too much. What you should have been concentrating on is the fact that this boy is a natural. And because he's a natural, you have to find that balance in yourself to be able to combat his originality. That's what you were supposed to do. You know what I mean? Everything that he did, I'm not going to sit here and say that it was completely beatable. But it could have been, it was definitely a fight. However, he pulled some angles on you, and what he did was he pulled some angles on you and attacked who you are and really took the angles away from you that you could have used against him. And it kind of solidified, you know, everybody loves that real talk. Real talk is the big deal in battle rap now. So at the end of the day, his real talk is what won him the battle. His real talk and his angles against you is what won him the battle. Some shit, like, it didn't even necessarily have to, it could have been considered filler. But that filler, listen, that he had a line about bills being put in, the electric bill being put in your name by your mother, and you don't trust bitches no more. Listen, every woman, man, a child, even myself, I don't know nothing about them type of struggle bars, but that shit resonated because of the job that I did have, and it was like, goddamn, that's the shit you see all the time. I know people who put their light bills in their kids' names and shit like that, but the nigga was like, I can't trust bitches today. Like, that shit was crazy. He was talking about him being in a homeless shelter. It's a lot of shit that you know this man for. And I feel like had you used that or tried to, or use it in a different way or whatnot, you just had to be more witty with it. Because that boy got showmanship. He's a star. He is definitely a star. That takes nothing from you. Because, again, you kept my attention. Your presence was definitely felt. You lack an originality. I will say that, you know, off the rip. You definitely lack an originality. But your delivery and punches and cadence are cool. Your creativity is okay. But again, it's shit that you're saying that I feel like I've heard before. You know what I mean? And listen, don't get me wrong, because before I make assumptions, or before I even speak on battlers, I have to watch their footage. because I don't feel like I can make a good enough assessment about you if I don't know, if I'm only watching that one battle. And then for some people, like with in Swamp's case, I felt like the dude was fire. So let me go back and make sure that this is not a fluke. It's not a fluke. That boy has been consistent. You have been very consistent also, but you've also been on a consistent losing streak. You know, you've had names. I mean, you had Bricks. What you had in the last year, you had Bricks, you had Twerk, you had Prep. And I feel like, although you've progressed over the years, the originality factor for me with you is not there. And that's really what won this battle for Swamp, because of his originality factor. And although he may not be the ideal battle rapper, he definitely is. It's like he's a natural. He's definitely a natural. So y'all check him out, because I'm telling you, I'm sitting up here thinking that I'm listening to fucking T.I. And even Norris was like, he gives him a Hitman feel. I'm like, a Hitman feel with a T.I. cadence. So he was like, the shit he was saying, it resonated for people. And then you're in Atlanta, so go figure. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And he's only been a year in the game. I mean, seriously, for him to, I can understand not wanting to lose to somebody who ain't been here as long as you have. But bruh, you gotta start checking your game tapes. You gotta start talking to people outside of your teams or whatever the case may be, because you got it. I just feel like you just need a little bit more originality, and you're on your way. But, you know, like I said, with Swamp, he's been very consistent. And he has, from what I've seen, he hasn't lost. He has not lost. His battle with Gwitty Illa from the Shy, that battle was so fucking fire. He battled a few people. I think those were the two that I watched. But yeah, so, you know, or I watched a few more, but as far as names, those are the people that, yeah, the boy is a natural. You know what I mean? He's definitely a natural. And so I gave that battle to him. That battle will drop. And I know that Swamp is actually going on to do some other shit. Some things are being, behind the scenes are being worked to get on. And if that matchup goes down, that's going to be a, man, listen, whew, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. So anyway, look out. Check those names out. Last battle of the night, we're going to go with, yeah, well, like I said, this is the last battle that I'm speaking on for the night. Squeako and Riggs. This is the battle that made me want to go to Atlanta just for this battle alone. And well, and at the time it was Cannon and Trez also. G-Lo and them, you know, pretty much it was three battles. I'm like, you know what, that's worth going. Squeako and Riggs. This battle I knew would be ridiculous. I knew that Norbs would see them and be like, you know what, this is fire. Squeako, who's from Seven City Sharks, well, Headhunters, and then Seven City Sharks. He has been in the game for a while. Shout out to my brother. Listen, and this shit was monumental because, like, my three the hard way. You had Rolla in the building, you had Av in the building, and you had, of course, Squeako battling. That shit was iconic. It was so iconic to have them all in the building together. Like, you know, if anybody knows how the VA shit goes, you know that this was fire. This was definitely fire right here. And shout out to my boy Rolla. You know, Rolla and Squeako have been around for a long time. But these guys, VA niggas are just natural rappers at the end of the day. They are natural rappers. Battle rap is not life for them. You know what I mean? So consistency wise, it's not something that, you know, that they do like that. You know what I mean? It's not something, hey, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. If I don't get to URL, I don't really care. Dead ass. That's the way they feel. And I'm saying all that to say consistency hasn't been the strongest point for Squeako. Av came a lot later in the game than they did. I think Squeako and Rolla have been in. Well, Rolla has been in for a while. I think he was back in 08 even. Where Squeako came, I think he's 6 years in, and Av 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, well maybe they're right behind each other. I know that Av has less time out of the three of them. But yeah, so this battle was monumental because for Riggs and Squeako, they both have been in the game for a long ass time. I know this is what I mean by the different moves that have been made between these two battlers as far as who, where they're battling, how frequently they're battling. Battles aren't dropping, or battles are dropping, and like their legacies are being stagnated, or their production is being stagnated at some point, whether it be their fault or whatever. So I knew that this battle, I had to be there for it because they had arrived. I knew that this right here was going to be the turning point. Like I said, with Squeako, he's had some chokes. But for the most part, I mean, he's battled some fire battlers. For some of y'all, the Carolina boy, I think it was Carolina 6 when I met them. Back Spit That Heat days, with Riggs and Briz, T-Top, Strategize, Blu-ray Blade, Billy Dutchess. Basically, I know all of them from Spit That Heat. They basically, oh, and Bad News. I'm so sorry. Bad News. I totally forgot about Bad News. Don't kill me. But yeah, Squeako has battled like that Carolina VA shit. Like, these guys they know each other. You know what I mean? They battled, the crews have battled each other. Like, they know each other. So this is as far as battle wise. So this is a long time coming in my opinion. Something that I would have expected to see on Seven Cities. But again, I'm glad it's a PG. But yeah, Squeako, I mean, he's battled Tone Montana, he's battled Gems, he's battled Scotty, he battled Av, and he battled Tink, Free My Brother Tink. And with Riggs, I mean, I don't really understand why he was stagnated so badly. I advocate for my brother all the time because I feel like he is so fucking nice and the credit is just not there for him. And I'm so glad that now he's getting that. I mean, he had a fire-ass battle with Cortez. He's undefeated on Bullpen. He battled, he battled Bad News years ago on Rooftop, but he's battled Louise. He's battled Trez, Gutta, the list goes on. Bricks. Hims was one of the first battles that I was at with him. But the recognition has not been there. I just would have expected him to be a lot further than what he is. So now that he got this PG, it was fire. And let me tell y'all, this battle was so ridiculous. This battle, man, Squeako, him and Swamp for performance of the night, the neck and neck. They both went up against opponents that I feel, well, in Riggs' case, I can't measure him with Apollo, but in Riggs' case, I had Riggs winning. Initially, Av had Squeako, of course. We had Riggs, and it was just like, you know what? They were supposed to do a face-off on the breakdown, and Squeako didn't show. I didn't feel away because what I felt like was, you know what? Squeako is in a place where I ain't doing a whole bunch of talking. I'm going to show you what the fuck I got to talk about. I know that there was some talks about, where he told Riggs, listen, if this is all you got to talk about, my nigga, you shit. That's old news. You know what I mean? Whatever. This is what I mean by originality. These cats are so fucking original. Style clashes. I mean, it was beautiful. This battle, man, listen, this battle will put some of these legends and these vets to shame, because this is the way you supposed to fucking battle. Where you thought every round Squeako would lose, or every round that you thought Riggs would win, Squeako would come back and he would just, like he battled, bruh. It was just the craziest shit. And then, you know, anybody who knows Riggs, there's always going to be a moment in the battle. This is why I say his star quality is there. He has moments in every fucking battle. Every battle. Go back and check the game footage. He did no name flips. He did a name flip in the third. And of course, because it's Atlanta, and he's known in Atlanta, and you know, he paid homage to Atlanta, the Trillville song, where you hear the squeak in the bed. You gotta, listen, when that footage comes out, you'll see what I mean. And I'm hoping it translates the way that it should when it happened, because everybody went fucking crazy. And Roland Ave, I seen you niggas. You cannot say that, like, Riggs had the total package. It was not just bars. It was not just punches, creativity. It was not just the material. It was just everything. Like, everything. Them niggas looked like they should have definitely headed up a main event. That battle was that fire. Squeako came with bars. He came with, I mean, he really combated Riggs. He came at his, he angled him. He came at his persona. He came at his legacy with bullpen and everything else. Like, these niggas really battled each other. It was like, again, like I said, they don't know each other personally, but at the end of the day, the battle was ridiculous. Like, there was, it was the comedy. They both really had everything. For this is a classic style clash battle though. This one, I feel like the replay value on it is going to be ridiculous. And you can thank me later. So Severe and Bricks, I'm sorry, I did not go over that battle, but that is a fire battle too. Bravo to Bricks. These are two people that I felt like, along with Squeako and Briggs, I felt like they shouldn't be PGs. But I understand why they did it. You know what I mean? Even with Briggs, I felt like I understand he had something to prove. So Severe, I did not have him winning. I had Briggs winning. He's kind of felt the way about what I said. But, you know, again, battle rap is perception. And when y'all see the battle, y'all let me know. That battle won't come out on URL. It will come out on Atlanta Battle Rap, which is cool. That's cool too. But I will say this. Because I had So Severe losing, I feel like his next battle, whoever takes him, he's a fucking problem. But he's been a problem. He's been a problem. And niggas sleep on him. Bricks showed the fuck up. I will say that. He definitely showed up. He showed why he's a son. You know what I mean? He reclaimed his style. And regardless of how many people who have mimicked it, it's still, you can never outdo the original. They put the fuck on. That's going to be a battle with crazy replay value. So just be checking for these cats. Like I said, the event was great. I'm really hoping that Norbs continues on, which, like I said, I am hearing that there will be some, there's some chatter about something that's going on before the year is out. And if y'all don't plan on it now. Go to Atlanta, support the PGs out there, support the events that they're doing, that Norbs is setting up, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be well worth it. This event theme, like I said, for this particular battle that I'm hearing is gonna head up, or that I know is going to be put on this particular card is going to be well fucking worth it. And I'm happy that these people are getting the looks that they're getting. Like I said, for anybody else, no hard feelings. You know, just shit. The next, if you get another PG or you end up on that URL platform again or not, shit, make sure that you are giving it your all. You're going back, you're checking the game tapes, and shit, do work, my nigga, do work. That's all. I am actually going to do another blog later on, because I do want to talk about QB will be on RBE again. That shit is so monumental. I'm hearing who I'm thinking it might be against, and kudos to her. I'm very happy about that. She posted on one of my comments that I made. Girlfriend, and what I tell you, see what I mean? Female battle rap has never died. Y'all just gotta stop expecting that female battle rap to be in one place, because the ladies are out here working. Don't discredit them because you don't see them in one place. The Inferno event for Queen of the Ring is this weekend. Salute to them. Me and Mulatto will be talking again because we got a few things to talk about. God damn it. Look for that interview. Her interview will come out soon. And I think I will do that back to back because, again, after she battles this weekend, we're going to have another interview that we need to talk about some things. I want to say that is it. It may not be, but we'll see. So stay tuned. Like I said, what I'll do is put this on Facebook, and we will talk about this Thursday. The show this week will be Thursday at 9 o'clock. Fellas from the Red Dot Card, please hit me up because I do want to get you guys on the show so you can talk your shit. And salute to everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Friend request me. I am kind of particular about friend requests because, you know, I even though I'm media, I don't like people sometimes. Anyway, salute to y'all, and I'll be back.